Hello my lovely Capricorns, and a very warm welcome to your September 2020 horoscope. This is a big month because Mars, the planet that rules your energy, your drives, your passion, forward momentum, is going to go retrograde from the 9th of this month until the 13th of November. I'll share a little more about that as we get to the 9th, because the month starts on the 2nd with a full moon happening here in your 3rd house. Full moon shining a light on this 3rd house. This has to do with your neighbours, the people around you, the people you interact with, or maybe the people you don't interact with. It's shining a light that how can you connect with people around you? Even if you do it psychically, if you do it psychologically, if you begin to send compassionate, kind thoughts to people, this full moon will be doing a great job for you. It's also shining a light on your learning, studying. What would you like to learn? What would you like to teach? What are you dreaming of? This full moon may well trigger some new ideas and possibilities. With Neptune there, it's more learning that is non-linear. It's more learning that where you're just tuning in, trusting intuition, going with the flow of how you learn, rather than a rigidity of a set schedule. Now on the 6th of the month, we've got Mercury coming into the 10th house. Mercury in the 10th, this is you maybe communicating about a career, sending out CVs, finding out if there are any opportunities. But equally, you might be communicating in politics. You might decide to step out in the world. You might be writing something, sharing videos, sharing articles, tweets, whatever it is, but getting something out there in the world. Whenever the planets are at the top, this has to do with coming out and being seen in some way. On the 7th of the month, we have got Venus coming into your 8th house. This has everything to do with, there could be some good news about a partner's income. Somebody may want to support you financially. You may get some extra support. Someone may invest in you. You may get a grant, a scholarship. It's also a good time for studying anything esoteric, metaphysical. Of course, astrology fits into this perfectly, but also psychology. If you love anything, it's a really good time for digging, for going deep and doing some really useful research in a subject area that you love. And on the 9th of the month, Mars going retrograde until the 13th of November. So Mars retrograde in this 4th house. So this is a good time. You might be going back to a place you used to live. You might be thinking of the way you used to live. It's not a time for pushing forward when Mars is retrograde. It's not a time for starting new projects. It wouldn't be a particularly good time to move home during this time, although if you've begun the preparations before the retrograde, it may complete during the retrograde. But it's not a good time for initiating something right now. You might be reassessing something connected with family. You might be repairing things around the home, although I would suggest you do it before the retrograde rather than during the retrograde. It's a good time just to allow yourself to relax in your home area and not to feel as though you've got to keep pushing. This is not, after the 9th, a time for pushing. It's a time for receiving and accepting, especially the things that you know you can't change. Even though, lovely Capricorns, you like to think you can change everything. So, on the 17th of the month, we've got a lovely new moon, whoopsie daisy, happening here in your 9th house, along with the sun. This is a new beginning. Maybe you're going to study something new. Maybe you're going to get your education in a particular area to a higher level. Maybe you're going to explore that whole spiritual area once again, finding new meaning in your life, new thoughts. You might find a new guru, somebody who inspires you, some new books, some new articles, some new information that really opens your eyes and is very inspiring for you. That's the energy of this lovely new moon in your 9th house. On the 23rd of the month, we've got the sun coming into the 10th, shining a light for many of you on your career, revitalizing your career in some way, having some new ideas about the direction you want to take your career in. And if it's not your career, if you don't have a career, what can you do out in the world? What can you do that's contributing? What could you do that's helping our Earth through these challenging times? That's the question here. And it doesn't mean to say that you've got to be a politician and out there in public, although some of you might be. But it's about coming out and expressing what's important to you and not holding it in. And on the 28th of the month, Mercury coming into this 11th house, a time for communicating and finding your tribe, the people that you connect with on that mental and emotional level, where you've got similar ideas, similar things that you want to accomplish. And it's also a good time for thinking about your dreams and your wishes. What do you want at this time? What are you looking for? And of course, yes, you've got all these planets still in this Capricorn energy. It's been a real roller coaster for you Capricorns, I grant you that. But boy, so many of you have transformed yourself and are continuing to transform yourselves, doing things you never thought you could do. So keep going, Caps. One thing is great, the goat keeps going until he gets to the top of the mountain. Don't give up, you're getting there. These energies are soon going to be behind you. So I want to thank so many of you for supporting me on Patreon, on the live streams, for liking, commenting, sharing, subbing. I love inviting you into my living room. And even though these videos take a massive amount of time and energy, I love doing them. And your support really helps me to continue to do them. So from my heart to yours, I wish you a wonderful month. Bye for now.